That's not just a singing gift, that's your sword. That's not just a business, that's your sword. That's not just you doing whatever can come to your mind, that's your sword.
Do not care if the rest of the world does not bet on you. Bet on yourself.
Do whatever is required. Just go out there.
Your life is on the line. Prepare for battle. It's time to put on that armor. You are in a position right now. You're walking through life and don't have an understanding of what's next for you. But the battles that you are about to face, you must be prepared. But the only way you can go through the battle is you've got to put on the armor. That armor that you're putting on is a special kind of armor that you must have, because you can't fight every battle by yourself.
You got to know the difference. Stop letting people tell you that's just a stick. And it's not a stick. That's a sword in your hand. And that sword is going to break down giants. That sword is going to cut down everything that's standing in your way. You got to have your vision, and you can't let anybody talk you out of it. You're going to have to be the first. But just because you've never seen it done before doesn't mean it can't be done. What it means is that you've been picked. You've been called out to go where no one else in your family has ever gone.
It's the bet that matters the most. If you look around, successful people are those who put aside important moments in their lives, who deprive themselves of many things, and who never let their guard down. A constant, dedicated, persevering person always manages to fulfill his dreams. Ask yourself, if others have done it, why can't you? A winner is one who stops at nothing or no one until they reach their desired goal. Be a winner, despite all the sacrifice that it costs you today to fulfill your dreams.
And I promise you, on the other side, being first, when you turn around and you see your nephews coming through the path you have set, when you see your auntie and your uncles coming through the blaze, the trail that you have blazed, what you will realize is that the joy of your life was being called to be the first. I challenge you today. Don't wait to be second or third. Go on and be the first. Don't wait to be the last one in. Go ahead and be the first, because you're the first fruit. There's going to be a reward. God is calling you the seed that He is planting in the earth. The planting of that seed is going to reap a harvest of blessings in your life and in your family's life. So I challenge you, go ahead and be the first. Stop waiting.
You will see that at the end of the road, the reward will be satisfactory for you. Hold on to your goals and don't let them go. You can achieve them. You may fall many times along the way, but the important thing is to get up once again until you reach your goal. Dreaming and not fighting for your dreams is something that makes no sense. It's like swimming in a pool without water. Useless. Weak people are those who fail before an obstacle, before a stone, and more. You are not part of them. You are a fighter. Enterprising, tenacious, strong, and with many more values that will take you to the top of success.
You need a higher power. I'm going to call that higher power purpose. You don't have to believe what I believe, but you better believe in something, because your strength is not as strong as you think it is. And this is why you need that This particular type of armor is tailored for you. Nobody else can put on this because it doesn't fit them. It's fit for you. You better put that armor on.
It's possible you can get what you want. It's necessary. If you want it, you got to go into action. You got to be willing to experiment. You got to be willing to fail and to succeed. You got to be willing to form and to develop new relationships. It's you, it's on you. You got to make that happen. Nobody's going to bring it to you on a silver platter and say, here's your dream manifested. No, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. It's difficult. Yes, right. And it's worth it. It's difficult and it's challenging for kids right now. And it's going to take some easy, simple methods to help bring them out of this madness. Let's look at where we want to go. What is it that we want to produce? What is it that we want to create for our young people? What kind of world are they going to be in? And as we think about that, as we begin to use our collective will and genius and resources, it's possible that we can create an educational system that not only will test their minds with information and facts and figures, but will teach them how to think and be creative.
Because like I say, happiness stands on your circumstances, but that joy, it stands on you being consciously aware that you walking in the Lord's presence, young one. You covered. Or you want to put on this earth to live in misery, man. Everybody on earth walking around with a gift in their hand, man. I wish I would have unwrapped my gift long time ago. I wish I would have unwrapped my gift long time ago, man. But I was sitting there running in them streets. Young one, I was sitting there running in them streets. And the main reason I do this, the main reason I try to reach out and impact the world, because I want to just get out to them young ones, man. And I just want you to know, you ain't got to live that no more because I did it. You ain't got to live that no more because I did it.
If you're going to have confidence with that, arm on. If you feel it, you're going to be stronger than you was yesterday. Put that arm on if you know you're going to walk through some craziness in your life. Put that armor on and see how well you get through life. Humble humility, faith, strength. These things do work, people. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that you're just going to walk through life without some type of protection around you. And sometimes you keep that armor on.
What does it mean to be a human being and to value human life? And how do you make relationships work? How do you bounce back from adversity? It's possible that we can give them a curriculum that will give their lives a sense of purpose and direction and meaning, and teach them how to begin to know and operate on a higher level of being, where they become assets to our society rather than liabilities. What if we leave here with that kind of consciousness that it's possible, as opposed to saying we have to write this generation off, that it's possible that we were born for such a time as this and that, that maybe someone here has the idea or the method or some plan of action or an approach that can resolve many of the problems that we're facing with young people today. Whatever we have to do to save our children, it's worth it. So that brings me to the final step, that it's necessary.
You talking about 7 days of pressure? Do you know what 7 days of pressure feel like? Do you know how it feel to sit behind the walls with your baby brother and do that bid and do that time with your baby brother? Come on, man. I've been there, done that, young one. You ain't gotta live like that. I done it for you. I done been shot at. I done lived in straight misery. There was times, man, I sat in my apartment, man, I even thought about was life worth living, man. And I prevailed, man. So, don't tell me you can't do it, because I did it.
We don't take care of that other. We don't do the things that are necessary to polish it. And what that means is that you've got to get back, and then you've got to get up. You've got to recognize that everything doesn't always work the same way all the time. And this is why you've got to understand in life, it's always going to change. And you've got to be able to adapt to the changes that are happening day in and day out. So sometimes you get lonely, sometimes you get frustrated, sometimes you are afraid.